Hi everyone, my name is Tiffany, and this is going to be the first video in a series of learning how to crochet. This video is going to go over the very beginning. So if you already know the very beginnings of what you need, you might want to go ahead and move on to the next video. But this video will cover basic supplies that you need to get started, how to do a slip knot, how to hold your yarn and hook, and then how to do a chain stitch. So if you're ready, let's get started. So the very first thing you're going to need is some yarn. I have a pretty wild yarn here, but I like color. So feel free, experiment with the colors, see what you like. There are all kinds of different thicknesses of yarn, colors of yarn. Some are solid. This one is called a variegated yarn. It's got all these different colors in one skein. On the skein, you'll be able to find out the name of the yarn, the lot number, which just basically just helps you know that they were all dyed together, so you know that the color will be consistent, especially if you're doing a big project where you need a lot of yarn. You'll want to try and get the same lot number. As you turn your label, you should find laundry instructions, and then also the weight and the size of the weight of the yarn and the size of the hooks or knitting needles, depending on what you like to do. But on this one, this is a medium weight or 4 yarn, and they say a 5.5 millimeter hook or an I hook. I'm going to be using a J hook today. And then your knitting needles are right there. It also tells you the type of material that is used to create the yarn, and this one's 100% acrylic. So as you can see here, it does instruct to buy enough of the same dye lot to complete the project, just because you want to keep the colors the same. Sometimes if they're not from the same lot, the colors can vary slightly, either lighter or darker. Alright, so besides your yarn, you're also going to need your hook. And like I said, I'm using a J hook today, but I like to use the steel hooks. They also come in plastic and they come in wood. Or bamboo, so it's just whatever your preference is. I do like the steel hooks. And then a pair of scissors and some yarn needles. And you'll use these to help kind of sewing your ends at the end when we're all done with our project. Alrighty, so those are your basic supplies that you need to get started. So let's move on to learning how to do a slip knot. So we'll move all this aside and go on to our slip knot. Okay, here we go. So to tie a slip knot, you just get the end of your yarn and then you're going to make a loop. So you get the end of your yarn, you're going to make a loop, and then you're going to take this side and move it under your loop, so it kind of sits in the middle, and then you're going to pull that loop through the center and hold on to the tail, and it'll tighten a little bit. Okay, so now you take your hook and you put it in the slip knot. We're going to pull to tighten. Okay, and pull the one side and tighten it up. So don't do it too tight, but just so that it's hugging your hook. Okay, let's do that one more time. You're going to take your tail and make sure to leave a nice little tail, about 5 inches maybe. So go ahead and leave your tail, make your knot, your loop, put it through the middle. Now you could use your hook to pull it back up through so it's already in there, and then you just tighten it down on your hook. See? And I'm pulling the side that goes towards your skein of yarn versus the tail side. Okay? Alright, that's your slip knot. If you want, you can practice that a few more times, and when you're ready, come on back and we'll work on that chain stitch. Alright, now that we're ready to try our chain stitch, we're going to go over how to hold the yarn and how to hold your hook. Now your hook, it's got this little flat groove in here, which is perfect for your thumb and your middle finger. And I tend to hold mine like a pen. Okay, so I've got my pointer finger, my middle finger on this side, my thumb in the groove here, and then my pointer finger on the top. It's kind of holding it like a pen with the hook facing me. Okay, so the flat side of the hook is away from you and the curved portion is facing you. So I have the size of the hook where my thumb is, and you can see the curve, it's facing you. Okay, then you're going to grab the side of the yarn that is coming from your skein, and you're going to grab that with your ring finger and pinky. You use your middle finger to hold your yarn on your hook, and we're going to go up and over that pointer finger. So it should look like this. Your ring finger and pinky will control how fast the yarn comes through, and it goes up and over your pointer finger for control. So again, you're going to grab it with your ring finger and pinky, and then it's going to go up and over your pointer finger. And then with your middle finger and your thumb, you're going to grab the tail that is hanging below the hook to stabilize your little slip knot here on your hook, so it's not wiggling around too much. So to get started, you're going to do what we call a yarn over. So holding that tail and having the yarn supported in your hand, you're going to yarn over, okay, and pull through the loop. Now you can also hold your hook by keeping your thumb here, your middle finger right on the other side of it, and your pointer finger here. I find that when we do the chain stitch, it's a little bit easier to manipulate the hook to go through your loop. Okay, so you're gonna yarn over and get close on that so you can see. You're gonna yarn over and pull through your loop. Yarn over and pull through your loop. And once again, yarn over and through the loop. Now you want to make sure that you don't have this so tight that the hook can't move through this loop. You gotta ease up on it a little bit and make sure it can move freely. Okay, this is your beginning foundation for scarves or blankets where you have rows that just kind of go back and forth. This is what your first stitches are going to go into to start that blanket or scarf or whatever it is you're going to be working on. So again, you yarn over and pull through your loop. Okay, yarn over, through the loop, yarn over, through the loop. And so as you do a few more of these, you should start to get a longer and longer chain that looks like this. So just keep practicing, kind of get used to holding your yarn so that it looks like that and supporting it on this end and going through. So yarn over and pull through. Yarn over, pull through. Okay? Alrighty, so that is your slip knot to start and your chain stitch, which is your foundation for pretty much everything. Alrighty, if you have any questions, just leave them below in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them for you. Otherwise, have a look at the next video. It'll be on single crochet and double crochet. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.